How's it going, guys? Knockoff Mr. Beast here. Today I'm going to be attempting to review Starfield without talking about this little box, which seems to be really hard for some people. Oh yeah, sorry for the corpse husband voice. I just moved to uni and the walls are paper thin, so you're gonna have to deal with my ASMR for now. As in all of my other videos, I have to explain my past with Bethesda games so I can pad the video more. Most of my experience mainly lies within Skyrim. A little elaboration is needed. I first played Skyrim when my brother spent my cat food in Battle Cats without my consent. The amount he used was approximately $1.50, while Skyrim on the PS3, which he bought for me, was worth around 50 bucks. Anyways, I had fun with my Khajiit named Claw, and it was the first time I roleplay as a furry, and it definitely won't be my last. Hot take is coming, I repeat, hot take is coming. I do not like Fallout games. To me, they never captured the initial charm that Skyrim had, and because I wasn't a child when I played these games, my slightly more developed prefrontal cortex could understand good games. Fallout was not one of these. So these two opinions sort of balance my overall opinion towards Bethesda as a whole, which makes it perfect to review the newest game Starfield as I'm not too heavily opinionated. Oh, you thought I was gonna do a Skyrim joke, didn't you? Well, the joke's on you. I never use dead or overused memes. Every game has a good story, so let's start there. Fortunately, I never liked the story in these type of games. Even in Skyrim, one of the games of all time, I never found myself to be truly invested. More like, oh cool, I'm in the Dark Brotherhood now. Oh no, she died, that kinda sucks. It doesn't change for Starfield either. This may be more personal as my brain turns off for a lot of games, even during important lore moments. Like, I just want to shoot people, you know? Maybe it has something to do with the dialogue in this game, where it's your standard Bethesda pan into conversation that limits how an actual conversation is held. By this point, it just feels outdated and like a product of its time, but it's also become something of a Bethesda staple. It still doesn't make it good, but when you see this, you know it's from Bethesda. I'm not saying that the voice acting is bad or anything either, in fact it's probably the best part of the characters. It's just that not even the best voice actor can breathe life into a dead fish, you know? So, since I'm a heartless husk who doesn't like stories, why do I play video games? Well, to have fun, of course. So, how does Starfield hold up in that regard? It's got that goofiness factor that doesn't really hold itself too seriously. And on that point, is anyone else seeing the similarities to Outer Worlds? Both were pretty overhyped and released to mediocre results, and even playing both of them felt the same, disregarding the space combat. Speaking about space combat, since I wasn't really following this game's development, it honestly came as a surprise to me that you can pilot a spacecraft. I know, a local man was surprised that Minecraft has mining, but as somebody who doesn't really play these type of spaceship games, it was actually pretty fun. The energy mechanic in particular was actually pretty cool, even though I didn't switch power around nearly as much as the game wanted me to. I've seen some people criticize the game for its lack of exploration, and yeah, I get how it can kinda suck if that's the impression that you got from the trailers, but honestly, I never really liked exploration in video games at all. Take a look at No Man's Sky. That game is so chock full of exploration, yet most of it is actually pretty underwhelming. Now imagine that, but with the lifeless interactions that Bethesda has.
That really pisses me off.
I will admit, most of the traveling is done through menus rather than in a seamless way like No Man's Sky, which really does put you out of the game. I guess it's because they didn't want to copy No Man's Sky, which I guess, but it runs into the same problem that late game Skyrim had, where you just fast traveled everywhere without actually exploring this expansive world that they had. Except now you don't even have to get to the place to unlock fast travel, it's unlocked automatically. So quite literally, 95% of the game you'll just never see. Also, if you want to go somewhere far, you have to go to several different solar systems along the way. It made sense in No Man's Sky since you actually had to refill your ship by getting more materials, but here, nope, it's just inconvenient. Also, you can upgrade your ship later on so it actually gets rid of this inconvenience. Thank you, Todd Howard. Photo mode is also back here, which is great for the first time that you click pause and see the photo menu, and then mess around on it for a couple of minutes, and then never again. Now performance, this was actually the biggest surprise I've had with Starfield. It was surprisingly good considering my graphics, which is rare for a Bethesda game. Does anyone else remember the load times on PS3? Anyways, I'm playing on a gaming laptop, so while the fan was blaring, it was still running at a stable FPS. In terms of bugs, well, it's a Bethesda game, so there's the usual softlocks and other things, but nothing that really ruins the experience. To summarize, it feels like Skyrim with guns.